Guys, welcome to my channel. So today we are going to talk about your grade 6 lesson 1, which is in your textbook. In your ICT textbook, the first lesson is importance of computers. I'm going to teach this lesson in a very simple way that all of you can understand. Okay, so we'll make this video as short as possible. So in order to do that, I'll show you what are the most important things you have to learn in this lesson. The first thing you have to learn in this lesson is the basic process of a computer. Process of a computer has three main parts. If I ask from you what computers can do, you will tell a lot of things like playing games, listening to audios, watching videos, surfing internet, searching information, like that. Okay, I accept all these things. But the thing is that behind everything, there is a small thing happening. All these things are happening. I accept that one. But there are three main tasks happening inside your computer. Okay, that is the thing we have to learn in the very first part of our lesson. Let's see what is the main process of a computer. So, the main function of a computer is input, then process. Processing is happening in the middle part of the function, then output. This is the main function of a computer. If your paper asks what is the main function of a computer, you should write input, process, output. Let's see what is the meaning of this input. Input means entering something into your computer. Very easy. The word input is a technical word. That means you will find the word in your ICT subject only. Input means putting something inside your computer. So the other one, output. Output means definitely getting something out of the computer. Getting something out of the computer. You should understand this thing very perfectly. So during this process, we have to learn in the input process, we are entering data. Okay, I'll mark it as this one. Not only data, we are inputting instructions. Data plus instructions. Data plus instructions is going inside the computer, then it's processing. Now the output will be not the same. Now data will be not there, instructions will be not there. Now a new thing is coming out of the computer, that is information. So this is the move on to the next part of our lesson. That is embedded computers. Embedded computers. What is the meaning of embedded computers? Okay. So this is a new term you will find. There's a special meaning for this word. Embedded computers means devices which are working through a computer program. Okay, you have seen lot of devices in your home, okay, in your school, or from the videos or anything. Just imagine some devices in these days can work alone. We call an easy word, the devices are working automatically. Okay, so this automatically things comes from a computer program. If a device work automatically without getting the help of the user, we can call it as an embedded computer. We have a lot of examples for this one. So the first example I would like to get is washing machine. Washing machine is nowadays a very popular device in your home. It can work alone. That is fully automatic washing machines. So these machines are working by using a small computer program. The next example is a smartphone. Nowadays, everyone has a smartphone. Okay, inside the smartphone, there's a special computer program. Our next example is smart television. So this is not our normal television. This is same as a smartphone. You can play games here, you can watch YouTube, you can send emails, you can do almost everything you do in a smartphone by this kind of smart TVs. Another best example is this one. This is a smart car. These days, we have smart cars in the world like Teslas, and there are fully automatic driverless cars nowadays. In countries like USA, Japan, they have taxis where there is no driver. You can just order a taxi and go by yourself. The car will drive by itself. These type of cars we call smart cars. So these cars are working by using computer programs. People have inputted or people have stored computer programs inside the car so the car can take own decisions. Another good example, you have seen this one. This is drone camera. Drone camera. Drone camera is a device where you can take aerial photos. That means from the air. So nowadays there are drone cameras for cheaper prices also. You can buy one and get this experience as well. These cameras can also take their own decisions. That means these are also working from smart programs inside the device. Guys, so we are in the second part of the lesson. In the very first part of the lesson, we get to know about the function of the computer, and then we talk about embedded computers. Okay, this is the main important part of our first lesson. That is components of a computer system. So computer system is a collection of devices. Lot of students think this is the computer. Okay, just remember, if you are telling computer for this word, that is totally wrong. This is not a computer. The whole system is a computer system. There is no part called computer. Okay, when you collect all these things, it become a computer. So each of these devices has a separate name. Now we are going to learn the names of each of these devices. There are a lot of devices that can be connected to a computer, but we are going to learn the major parts only. Okay, the first part I would like to teach you is this one. This is monitor. This is monitor. Then this is keyboard, right? This one is mouse, and this one the speakers. Speakers, and this one you can see this one most of the time at your home. This is a router. This is a router. Okay, I kept this main part to be talk at the end. The reason is many students take this as a wrong device. Many people think the name of this device is CPU, which is totally incorrect. Okay, this is not CPU. This is not CPU. This is not CPU. CPU is wrong. That's a very wrong name you are using for this one. CPU is a small chip kind of a thing that is inside this machine, is inside this box. Okay, so this one is, keep in your mind, this is system unit. This is system unit. This is not CPU. Now, today you can learn the correct name for this one specially, and you can learn the names for all of these parts. This is a very important thing. Most of the time, your exam will ask to name these parts. So you should be able to name all these parts by yourself. We talk about the basic components of a computer system. That means we talk about lot of devices. In order to understand this one easily, we are going to break this collection of devices into few groups. The first one is input devices. Input devices. What are input devices? So input devices are devices which are used to enter data into the computer. Okay. So these are not giving anything out of the computer. So the first example is mouse. Okay, mouse is a very famous input device. Then keyboard. Keyboard is another good example for an input device. Both of these devices, you can see we are using keyboard or a mouse to input something. For especially keyboard. Keyboard we are using to enter numbers, text, and symbols. So it's not giving anything out of the computer. That means it's an input device. Okay. The other example is this one, the mic. Mic is used to input sound into your computer. It's not giving sound out of the mic. We are using a mic to give the sound inside the computer. So mic is a input device, right? So the other one is last device. It's a web camera. Okay, it's a web camera. A web camera is used to input your photo or a video inside to the computer. So all these devices are input devices. So you can see all these devices are inputting data inside to the computer. That is why we are calling them as input devices. We are going to talk about output devices. That is kind of the totally opposite thing of input devices. We talk about input devices. Now we are going to talk about output devices. What is the meaning of output device? Output devices are used to take information out from the computer. Very easy. The name suggests itself. Okay. Output devices are the devices which are using to take the information out of the computer. Okay. So the first device is monitor or the screen. We call this one monitor or the screen. So that is showing video or images which is happening inside the computer. So it's giving information out of the computer. So the other one is printer. Printer is a good output device. Why? If a picture is inside your computer and you want it to take out into a paper, printer is helping for that thing. Okay. This one, the speakers. Speakers are the opposite thing of the microphone. Microphone is an input device. The opposite thing of microphone is speakers. Speakers give sounds out of the computer. Then the last one is a projector. Projector is a device which is similar to a computer monitor, but it shows the images or the videos to a larger audience, to lot of people. So projector is also very important to us. Now we are going to talk about the third category of our devices. That means storage devices. When you hear the word storage, it is clearly giving you the idea what is the duty of these devices. Yes, storage devices are used to store data and information of the computer. So storage devices have two main parts. Okay, two main parts. One part is internal storage devices. Internal storage devices. So the other part is external storage devices. Okay, you can understand. Internal storage devices means these devices are inside the computer system. External storage devices means we are connecting these devices by outside of the computer. So the best example for the internal storage device is our hard disk. All the computers in this world should have a hard disk. So that is connected inside the computer. So it is an storage device, but it is an internal storage device. What about these things? External storage device, you have already used these things. You can get CDs, DVDs, and another example is pen drives. Okay, you connect all these devices outside of the computer. You're not going to open the computer system and put these devices into the computer. So that is why we are calling external devices. These devices are connecting by the outside of the computer. Guys, the last part of our video is we are going to talk about communication devices. Nowadays, communication is mainly happening through the computers. Okay, it's happening through mobile phones also, but we are going to talk about in the ICT subject about the computers. So, if you want to give a message from your computer to another device in another place, so we should have these communication devices. What are the communication devices? Okay, first of all, you should remember every computer in this world should have a NIC card. Okay, NIC card. Here, the NIC is network interface card. Okay, in order to have the internet, just remember like that, in order to have the internet to your computer, you should have a network interface card. Okay, that is the first communication device we are going to learn. Okay, the other thing is you should have a router at your home. Okay, this is the easiest thing. Okay, you should have a router at your home. It will give internet access to your computer. Then you can communicate with any person around the world. Okay, so there are two communication devices we have to learn in this lesson. Okay, guys, now the last part of our lesson, we have to talk about the places where the computers are used. This is a very easy topic. The places where computers are used. Nowadays, you can actually write any place and we can get it as an answer because computers are nowadays everywhere. So, for example, the main place is school. So, the main place is school. School, inside the school offices or the computer labs, you can see a lot of computers, right? Then another good example is banks. If you have gone to the banks with your parents, you have seen a lot of computers are used in banks. You can see inside the hospitals, there are a lot of computers are used to observe patients and give medicines. And for a lot of things, doctors are using computers inside the hospital. The best one, the factories. Most of the time, the machines are working through computers. So factories is a good example for the places where we used to, where we are using computer systems. All right, guys. So that is the end of our first lesson in your grade 6 ICT textbook. So I think we have covered almost all the things in your textbook with all these graphics and videos and images. So guys, if you have any questions or anything to be asked, just put it as a comment or just send me a message, personal message. Then I will try my best to reply for that one. Okay. So we'll meet again on the next video. It will be your lesson number 2. Okay, until then, have a good day. Bye.